clamped it all together and left it to dry. So what we're going to do now is to undo my rudimentary ratchet strap made from a belt, which I'll just do now. And everything appears to be stuck together, which is good. So what we should be able to do now is feed the innards of the unit back inside of the case. And to do that, what we're going to have to do can't speak. What we're going to do is hang one edge over the edge of the table, like so. We're then going to take the unit, realise that I've hung the wrong edge over, turn this around and pop the flex through the hole I've made. Then we can take the unit, as you can see here, and we'll actually bring up onto that and drop it through, like so, gently down into the wooden case. So it comes to rest, like so. Now, what I need to do is screw it all back in place, and the way I've got to do that is I actually have to bring this up a little bit, because the screw holes, or the unit rather, doesn't match the exact size of the actual wooden case itself. So what I'm going to do is put it down and bring it over until I can see one of the individual screw mounting holes. So if we actually come onto the workbench table thing, what I'm trying to do is get it so that I can see through the holes here the actual chassis itself, which is proving to be easier said than done at the moment. And I think we might be onto something with this one. Now I'm hoping if I lift this up, I should be able to get this to meet up with the case itself. That hasn't worked. Let's try this side. So it looks like we are there. It's just a case of bringing everything up so it meets up with the rest of the case. So it doesn't seem to be nipping in at the moment. Let's take that out. And let's go to this top side here, see if I can bring that in a bit there. So that actually goes over. There's a metal bracket in there, and this actual front bezel goes right the way over that. Looks like we are almost to the point of being lined up. So let's just borrow out, I'll grab out this screw again, and let's see where we are now. So I think we need to come over this way a little bit. It doesn't actually seem to be a perfect fit in here, which is odd. May as well come back out again. Let's try setting that back in again. So let's go upright there. So that seems to be back up and against things. However, yeah, there's the screw hole. It is a job of fiddling it into place. It might be a case of gently bringing it out slightly. I'm just trying to get at least one into place. So I'm going to try this rear one here. It doesn't seem to want to play, so let's have a look at this one. That one doesn't seem to want to play either. This one does though. That is in position. All I need to do is to get that so I can actually screw it in. I think I've used the wrong screw again because that one goes into there. So if I grab this fat screw there, now if I nip this one up, what I'm hoping is that will raise the actual rest of the amp into position. And what I should be able to do now is pull that back, which will expose the hole on this one, so I can screw this one in. And I've also just noticed it's actually splitting the unit apart again, which is annoying. So it seems that this was actually borderline to begin with, which might be why it actually split apart so easily. So let's see what we can do about that, because that is actually, you can see it there, it's actually splitting this whole unit apart, even though that's the right screw hole for it. So let's loosen this off again, see what we can do about it. So let's bring this out, just push that back together again. It's quite possible that this has been made after the amplifier, and we're trying to mount the amplifier into something that it was never really intended to fit. So it can go all the way over like so, and actually it can sit in there quite nicely. So what I'm going to try to do is go from the front first rather than from the back. So that front screw there, let's actually take this off, because you might actually get to see, no, it's not a larger hole at all, it might be enough to see if we can actually see that screw hole. And the screw hole is all the way over there, which is annoying. So it looks like this unit doesn't actually fit in here properly, and it was a miracle that it fitted in the first place. So let's bring this out again. So it needs to go into one and 2, and then obviously 3 and 4 at the back, and at the moment it doesn't seem to want to do that. Let's bring this up again, and let's drop it into here. So that's now in place, but once that's in place it doesn't actually give us enough access to be able to get it in and actually on. And the problem is when we do get it in place and we start screwing things down, we split the case apart. Which is a bit of a limitation. However, the case does seem to be holding up now, and the actual amplifier is contained there on in, so it is actually contained within the case quite nicely. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to screw it back down, certainly not at this stage anyway. So let's take one more look. No, it's definitely sitting too far forward, because there's no problems with the way I've aligned it. So it's gone back together exactly as it should. It just doesn't seem that we're able to get it to actually meet up with those screw holes, no matter how hard I try. And if I try too hard, as I say, it ends up splitting the unit apart again, which I don't want it to do. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm wondering if I can get this one connected at the back, this single one here. So it's all the way, bring it all the way over to this side, bring that in like so. Let's see if I can screw this single screw in place. That'll be a no. Let's take that out. I can see where it's trying to meet though. It's definitely trying to get there. But again, you start doing that and it splits the case apart. It's really annoying. If I put that about there, I think. So that's slightly out there. Try that again. About there. See what that does. That is actually screwing in place now, so that's actually brought that down onto there. Has it magically aligned all of these? No, not without splitting it apart again. Are any of them aligned? No. So I think what I'm going to have to do is leave it like that. It seems that over the years this case has been around, it's possible that it may have become misshapen. Oh, that's my foot. But it's held in place and that's not going to come out. But it is back in place. That's over there as it should be. That is nicely in place. I don't think that's going to have any issues. That's certainly not going to come out anytime soon. Right, so that's actually done. I'm going to keep these screws and these little brackets to one side because they may be useful. But that's actually it for this video. If you have found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. What I'm going to be doing next with this is getting it all plumbed in and ready to go with my the rest of my setup. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.